Hi children, good morning. Last class I have discussed with you about biofertilizers, green manuring, organic farming, all I have discussed with you, and today I have start with a new topic, plant breeding. Plant breeding, what is plant breeding? It's a science of improvement of crop varieties with higher yield, better quality, resistance to diseases and shorter duration, which are suitable to particular environment, is called plant breeding. Then, in other words, it is a purposeful manipulation of plant species in order to create desired genotype and phenotype for the benefits of humans. In early days, plant breeding activities were based mainly on skills and ability of persons involved. But as the principles of genetics and cytogenetics have elucidated, breeding methods such as selection, introduction, hybridization, ploidy, mutation, tissue culture, and biotechnology techniques were designed to develop improved crop varieties. Okay, so hope you understand about the plant breeding, children. Plant breeding, it is nothing but improvement in plant varieties such as more yield and resistant to disease, resistance to pest, and give better quality. All this are by a technique. All this are bring by a technique called plant breeding. In early days, plant breeding is depend upon the persons involved in it. But in later periods, the principle of genetics and cytogenetics have educated breeding methods, various breeding methods such as selection, introduction, hybridization, ploidy, mutation, tissue culture, and biotechnology techniques were designed to develop improved crop varieties. Okay, so objectives of plant breeding. What are the objectives of plant breeding? It is a 5-mark question for you children. To increase yield, vigor and fertility of the crop. First objective is to increase the yield, vigor and fertility of the crop, and the second one to increase tolerance to environmental condition, salinity, temperature and drought, to prevent the premature falling of buds, fruits, etc., to improve synchronous maturity, to develop resistance to pathogens and pests, to develop photosensitive and thermosensitive varieties. So these are the various subjects which are involved in the plant breeding. Next one is the steps which are involved in plant breeding are, the main steps in plant breeding are given below. First one is domestication, that is a creation of genetic variation by mutation, plant breeding introduction, hybridization, germplasm collection. So creation of genetic variation, and it leads to selection and education and release as a variety, seed multiplication and distribution, and mutation, polyploidy, tissue culture, genetic engineering. These are the various steps involved in plant breeding. Conventional plant breeding methods. Conventional plant breeding methods resulting in hybrid varieties had a tremendous impact on agricultural productivity over the last decades. It developed new plant varieties by the process of selection and seeks to achieve expression of genetic material which is already present within the species. In this chapter, we will discuss about some of the conventional method of plant breeding. So, conventional method of plant breeding resulting in hybrid varieties had a tremendous impact on agricultural productivity over the last decades. Okay, so this is called what? Conventional method. First one, plant introduction. Plant introduction may be defined as the introduction of genotypes from a place where it is normally grown to a place or environment. Okay, so what is plant introduction? Children, the entirely differently genotypic composition of one plant is introduced into a new environment from its old place. This is called what? Plant introduction. So plant introduction may be defined as the introduction of genotype from a place where it is normally grown, that is it is its own place, and to a new place or environment, that is called what? Plant introduction. Rice variety of IR8 introduced from Philippines and wheat varieties of Sonora 63, Sonora 64 from Mexico. Please note down the types, which are the varieties are introduced from various countries. Okay, so rice variety IR8, which is introduced from Philippines to the India, and such like that wheat varieties of Sonora 63 and Sonora 64 from Mexico. The newly introduced plant has to adapt itself to the new environment. This adjustment or adaptation of the introduced plant in the changed environment is called acclimatization. Okay. Sorry children, excuse me. So what is acclimatization, or what is called acclimatization? 2 mark question. So then plants which are introduced from its old place to its new environment. In that new environment, the plant is adjust to the changed environment and adapt to that condition, and this is called what? Acclimatization. Acclimatization. All the 2 mark question children, bracket it. All the introduction must be free from presence of weeds, insects and disease causing organisms. This has to be carefully examined by the process called quarantine, and a strict isolation imposed to prevent the spread of disease. Okay, nowadays you are very familiar with this quarantine, isn't it? So say for example IR8, which is a Philippine varieties, it is introduced from the country Philippines to the India. So Philippine is its old place and India is its new place where we are introducing that variety. Before introducing into India, we must check the seeds or saplings for disease free from presence of weeds, insects and disease causing organisms. So to screen all those things, then only we have to introduce the variety, and such procedures are called quarantine procedure. Okay, then introduction may be classified as primary introduction and secondary introduction. What is called primary introduction? What is called secondary introduction? When the introduced variety is well adapted to the environment without any alteration to the original genotype, it is called primary introduction. That is, when we are introducing a variety from one country to our country, that plant variety adapted to the environment without changing in its genotype, and this is called what? Primary introduction. So you could understand that secondary introduction means what? When we introduce the variety from one country to our country or one place to another place, we must do some changes in that seeds before introduced into our country to adapt in that new environmental condition, and this is called what? Secondary introduction. Okay, when the introduced variety is subjected to selection to isolate a superior variety and hybridized with the local variety to transfer one or few characters to them. Okay, if we introduce the plant as such into the new environment, that is called primary introduction. Secondary introduction means what? If some plants or animals, they are having some superior characters, we have to isolate only that superior character and hybridize that character with our native plant or animals, and we have to introduce into that condition, and this is called what? Secondary introduction. The botanical garden in different parts of the world also played significant role in plant introduction. Example, tea varieties collected from China and northeast India, initially grown in botanical garden of Kolkata, from which appropriate clones have selected and introduced to different parts of India. Next, national brew, this do you know all, please learn yourself children. Next one is selection. So first we have to, in conventional method, we have to finish the first method, that is called what? Introduction. Now we are going to see selection. What is selection? Selection is the choice of certain individuals from a mixed population for one or more desirable trait. Selection is the oldest and basic method of plant breeding. There are two main types of selection. One is natural selection, another one is artificial selection. So selection is the choice of, you know very well, the word itself you could understand what is mean by selection. That is, from a mixed population, one or more desirable traits we are selecting. That is called what? Selection. Selection is the oldest and basic method of plant breeding. Two main types of selection. One is natural selection, another one is artificial selection. What is natural selection? This is a rule in nature and result in evolution reflected in the Darwinian principle. Survival of the fittest. It takes longer time in bringing about desired variation. So what is natural selection? This is a rule in nature and result in evolution reflected in the Darwinian principle. You know very well what is mean by Darwinian principle of natural selection, isn't it? That is, there are many criteria in that natural selection. It is overpopulation and struggle for existence, survival of the fittest, and natural selection, isn't it? So this is a long procedure. It is a long procedure. It take time duration. So that is what is mean by survival of fittest, that you know very well. So usually all organisms produce their own young one to perpetuate their species on the earth, but their rate of reproduction is enormous. Their rate of reproduction is enormous. If it go like this, there will be a competition. There will be a competition among the animals. So what will be the result? There is a struggle for existence. In the struggle for existence, the organisms which are adapt to the environmental changes or able to get struggle with that environment will be retained. Others are eliminated from the population. Those who are adapt to that changed environment will be fit for the survival. That is called what? Survival of fittest. The animals which are fit for the survival are selected by the natural selection. This is what called a Darwin principle of natural selection, survival of fittest. Okay. Next, artificial selection. It is a human involved process in having better crop from a mixed population where the individuals differ in character. The following are the three main types of artificial selection. So artificial selection, it is a human involved process. In that there is no natural process. It is a human involved process in having better crop from a mixed population. So from a mixed population, they are selecting the better crops where the individual differ in character. The following are the three main types of artificial selection. First one is mass selection. Mass, you know very well. In mass selection, a large number of plants of similar phenotype or morphological characters are selected and their seeds are mixed together to constitute a new variety. The population obtained from the selected plants would be more uniform than the original population and are not individually tested. So, in mass selection, a large number of plants of similar phenotype or morphological characters are selected and their seeds are mixed together to constitute a new variety. The population obtained from the selected plants would be more uniform than the original population and are not individually tested. After repeated selection for about 5 to 6 years, selected seeds are multiplied and distributed to the farmers. So the only advantage of mass selection is that it is difficult to distinguish the hereditary variation from the environmental variation. So what here they are trying to say, according to the mass selection, a large number of plants with similar phenotype and morphological character selected and their seeds are mixed and started to cultivate, and the population obtained from the selected plants would be more uniform than their other community, and like this they are cultivated 5 or 6 generation, and more number of seeds are produced and issued for the farmers. So what is the disadvantage of mass selection? It is a 2-mark question. The only disadvantage of mass selection is that difficult to distinguish the hereditary variation from environmental variation. This is the difference, disadvantage. Mass selection with pure selection, please this differentiation you go through. Pure selection, Jurgensen in 1903 coined the word pure line. It is a collection. What is pure line? Let's see. It is a collection of plants obtained as a result of repeated self-pollination from a single homozygous individual. Hence, a variety formed by this method show more homozygosity with respect to all genes. So, this disadvantage of this type is that new genotypes are never created and they are less adaptable and less stable to the environmental fluctuation. So, you could understand that pure selection itself, you could understand that is self-pollinated plants are repeated to cultivate. So when they are cultivate the self-pollinated plant from a single homozygous individual, you know very well heterozygous means what? Different plants. Here homozygous individual, and that means same type of individuals are introduced and started to self-pollinated. Hence, a variety formed by this method show more homozygosity with respect to all genes. This disadvantage is what? No new characters are formed. This is what? Pure line. Only pure breeding we can get. Next, clonal selection. In asexually propagated crop, progenies derived from a plant resemble in genetic constituents with the parent plant as they are mitotically divided. Based on their phenotypic appearance, clonal selection is employed to select improved varieties from a mixed population. The selected plants are multiplied through vegetative propagation to give rise to a clone. The genotype of a clone remains unchanged for a long period of time. Okay, what is clonal selection? An asexually propagated plant. So, asexually means you know very well the young one produced or exactly alike. Okay, so usually we can say it as what? Clone. So that in asexually propagated crop or progeny derived from a plant resembles in genetic constituents with the parent plant as they are mitotically divided. Based on their phenotypic appearance, clonal selection is employed to select improved variety from a mixed population. So from a mixed population they have selected an improved variety and allowed this for clonal selection. The selected plants are multiplied through vegetative propagation to give rise to a clone. The genotype of a clone remains unchanged for a long period of time. So next one is hybridization. Children, about hybridization I will discuss with you in my next class. So today's homework is about various type of selection and introduction. Okay, this is what your homework. Complete it. I will meet you in my next class. Bye.